Assalamualaikum my dear students. As you know that in the last video we have started another poem, that is the poem number 5 from your Honeydew textbook. And students, in the last video we have seen about the poet of this poem. Also we discussed about the summary, very short summary introduction, what it is about this poem. So William Blake, we have talked about him. He was one of the greatest, we can say, poet of the Romantic age. So in this poem, this is one of the small part of one of the collection of William Blake, and that small part is that only this poem, The Schoolboy. Here this poem is about the child who was really very unhappy to go to school in especially summer season. So as we know that few students and few children are there who always did not like to go to school, and he always unhappy for the school, and always he expressed disappointment for the school to go to school here especially. And here this child also very unhappy to go to school, and he described this school here as a cage. In the cage, as the bird is locked there, like that only the students and the children and this little boy also thought about that only. I also become the bird and packed and locked in the cage, in compare of that case word with the school. So here students, we have just completed its summary and its reading, how to read every word of this poem also we have completed in the last video. So today we are going to start the explanation of this poem. So students, please keep your mind here and concentrate on it and just think about it. But before its explanation, as you know that I have given another activity, right? So here I have also mentioned again here in this video, the activity is here that only I have kept here few adjectives related and based on this school. So I asked one question to you also, that how do you feel about this school? I mentioned here many few adjectives here. Use school will be knowledgeable. It means it gives us the knowledge to the students. It gives us the happiness. It makes us happy. It gives also fun here. So in the end also it gives us the homework. We like this. We like this also. We like this also, but we do not like this. As your experience are telling to you that only, right? Homework, it's very boring work for the students here. And so here, how do you feel about this school? As a student, as a child, it's boy or girl, anyone here. So you have to write another things also I have given. So you have to use here different adjectives here in the circle, as I said in the last video also. So as a school boy or girl here, see, as a school boy or girl, you have to define how types of school should be there. So according to you, what you are going to say about this school, you have to fill this circle, this one, different adjectives you have to use, and you have to tell about this school as a school boy or girl. So students, you will write this activity when you are going to start to copy every questions and word meanings and also poetic devices of this poem in your CW. You will make the title of this poem, and afterwards you will copy this activity in your CW. You will write this all adjectives for this school, and you will draw this table there. So students, please keep these things in your mind that we have to do this work in our CW whenever you are just going to start the solution of this poem. So first you have to mention this activity in that particular poem. So students, please do this also. Now we'll start the explanation of this poem. See, here as I said that this poem is about this school. So students, as we know that different types of different questions will be created in our mind. So like that only this child also have created many questions in his mind. And which type of questions he created, we'll see here. So students, here in what makes him unhappy, and he also comparing himself with the bird also and with the plant also. Here he said because it should not be blossom when it withers there. So here students will start the explanation of this poem. So first stanza first of all we'll see. See, stanza number 1. I love to rise in summer morn when the birds sing on every tree, and the distant huntsman winds his horn, and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what a sweet company! So students, here in the first stanza, what the poet is describing about that poem. Here he is describing what? The poet describing that the happiness of that little boy in summer season. How he was very happy in that particular season. He said, I love to rise in summer morn. Morn means what here? Morning, right? So here morn means morning. I means who? I means here that little boy, right? So the little boy loved to rise, loved to wake up in early summer morning. Why? Because he describing when the bird singing on every tree. When he just open his eyes in the summer morning, he listened the song which singing by the birds on every tree. Around his house, many trees were there, and on the tree, different types of birds always came there and they started their singing. And this voice, this melodious voice also listened by this little boy, and he was very happy to listen that song, to listen that voice which created by the birds on every tree. So he was very happy in the summer morning, right? Now, what the poet said next we'll see. And the distant huntsman winds his horn. What he liked another things, he said, distant means what? Far away, right? So distance means far away. Here also many words meaning given. So distance means far away. So when the distance huntsman means हम बोलते हैं ना शिकारी, who a person who hunts, जो शिकार करता है वो person, right? And here a manager of the pack birds, right? We can say a distant and far away. I am also listening the sound of that huntsman who winds his horn. Winds means what? To blow horn, right? उखर बजाना, right? जो जब शिकार के लिए जाता है तो वो वहाँ पे क्या करता है? शिकार करके बाद afterwards he become very happy and he is shouting, he is screaming. That voice, that shouting and screaming of the huntsman, that voice also liked by this little boy. So in the first stanza, we can say that it's about the happiness of this little boy. He was very happy, happiness of this little boy. So next, and the skylark sings with me. Skylark, what it is? Skylark means singing like. It's a one kind of bird. Here, that little boy was very happy with this skylark because whenever he was just listening that sound which is just created by the birds on every tree, one of the bird is there. Here he referred. Which kind of birds? He said the skylark. Skylark also sing with me. So it means here he liked that morning, he liked that summer morning, and he was very happy with that birds, with the huntsman who always horned there, who also always made their sound, and he always created their voice. So here these things also very happy. The little boy was very happy, and here we can say these things also created by the poet here in the first stanza. So in the first stanza we have seen in the last line, what a sweet company. This line always gives us that clue, that points, that hint, how much that little boy will be happy there, right? And he would be happy there because he got that company of the birds, company of that huntsman. Also he said here, I like this type of atmosphere always. But what happened there in the also. So students, in the first stanza we talked about that the condition and the happiness of that little boy, how much that little boy was happy there, and also we can say these things we have created in the first stanza. Stanza number 1, he liked to rise in summer morning. In stanza number 2, what that little boy was telling us. So this all words name also I have given. So students, you can copy this all words in your CW. See in the next video. In the next stanza, sorry to say that, in the next stanza how much he was happy, we'll see. In the next stanza, this little boy was happy or unhappy, we'll see. See, in the next second stanza, this little boy was saying, but to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it derives all joy away. Under a cruel eye, outworn, the little one spent the day in singing and dismay. Now, say students here, this little boy he was telling us about this school. In the first stanza, as we know that he was very happy in the summer morn. But here, in the second stanza, he became unhappy in the summer morn only. How? We'll see. But to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it derives all joy away. What do you mean by derives? Derives means what? Disappears. Right? Disappears. See, here this little boy become very disappointed with his school. And he said that, but to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it derives all joy away. When I was just to wake up in the morning, I just woke up in the morning of the summer season. My mother, whenever just calling me to ride for this school, by listening that voice of my mother, as you people also have an experience that हमारी मम्मी जब हमें मॉर्निंग में ऐसे चिल्ला के बोलती है, यस उठ जाओ अब स्कूल जाना है, वहाँ ही हमारा मूड ऑफ हो जाता है. So same things also happen with this little boy also. Whenever his mother was just calling him, he said it derives all joy away. उसकी सारी खुशी चली जाती है, right? So पहले वो बोलता है, right? In the first stanza, he was very happy with the atmosphere of the summer season in the morning, and here in the next stanza, वो सब कुछ वो create करता है, और फिर बाद में क्या होता है? Whenever he just listening that voice of his mother, उसकी माँ जब चिल्ला के उसको बुलाती है तो वो सोचता है कि यार क्या ये हो गया, राइट? मुझे स्कूल जाना पड़ेगा, I have to go to school. So all his happiness went away there, right? So here he said it derives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outward. Here, students, it is related with we people that we can say, who is the cruel here? We teachers. This little child said that where I have to go to school and I have to sit under the cruel eye. Here cruel eye means the cruel eyes of the teachers. So here this little boy was just sharing his experience of the school life. See, मुझे स्कूल जाना पड़ेगा, I have to go to school and I have to sit there whole day under the cruel eye of the teachers. Always who shouting on us, always they are giving us the lecture, and it was just whenever if you are not interested in any subject, you will feel like this only. So students, here same thing also this little boy was just sharing with us. I have to go to school and sit under the cruel eye of the outward. Cruel eye means here unkind here. Who is unkind here? Teachers, as you people are telling us that only. So here he compared these things with the teachers and the school life. Here he was telling us. And a little one spent the day in a shining and despair. Shining means what? To breathe in a grief, right? Sad ऐसे बैठे रहना. And dismay also means what? Disappointment. We can say unhappy. So here in the second stanza, the little boy was just telling us the atmosphere, the condition of the school. In the first stanza, he was telling us what the condition or the atmosphere in the summer morning. Here also summer morning, but here he was just telling us also atmosphere about the school life. So students will see further explanation in the next video. Thank you and have a nice day.